here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. So good to see y'all again. Well, I am feeling a little bit better this morning, but it is the morning. So what I have figured out with this, whatever this is, cold or flu or whatever it is, as the day moves forward, I get less and less energetic. So I don't know how much I'm going to get done today, but I'm going to start in this corner, in this cozy corner. So, and I'm going to try to do my kitchen table lantern centerpiece. I'm still waiting on some burlap, that burlap and pink striped ribbon to come. It should come today. So once that comes, I'll be able to do my fireplace. But until then, I'm going to be just putting around here and working, and I'm going to bring you all along, of course. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm starting today. I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm going to start. So hang in there with me and come along with me as I start my Easter spring decorating. Be right back. Alrighty, first thing I want to do is wrap some of these pastel lights around my egg garland. I'm not really loving that they are on white wire, but for the little bit of time they'll be up there, it'll be okay. And I'm hoping that the eggs camouflage it a lot. Of course, I've already got something rigged up behind the ladder. This garland will go on the ladder. So I'm going to start just wrapping it rather loosely. There are 50 lights in this strand, so I'm going to have a lot of lights over there. It's going to be really bright because I normally don't have 50. I believe I do 35 over there usually. But we'll see how I do here. And I will probably speed this up a little bit for video purposes. Well, as you guys can see, I'm kind of coming into the end here, and I've got a good many lights left over. So what I'm going to do is start coming back down very loosely. It is going to span probably pretty much the entire length of it. Oh, look, that's going to be pretty. Look, I think that's going to be really pretty. I can't wait to get it up. This is something I've never used for this. And I also have this garland that I'm ready to put up too. So I think I have decided to only put this one picture on here though, because I don't think that both pictures are going to work out well enough. So I'm going to start this garland up pretty high and wrap it around like that. And then put the picture there like that. I think that might work, and then do a big bow there, and then maybe a bow over here, and then I can fill in with other decor down below. Anyway, I am fixing to put this, try to tie this onto this ladder, and I've got a little holder right there. I'm going to put a pipe cleaner through there, and then one, Chris actually moved it down here for me. One down here, and I'm going to put the other pipe cleaner there, and I'm going to put one pipe cleaner right there so I can tie it on one of the rungs of the ladder. So easier said than done. There we go. All right. There we go. Phew. Got quiet on you all. So, because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. Here's the quilt I was talking about with the tulips on it. So, there we go. So I'm going to try to fold it, and I'm going to leave the tulips out. So I'm going to try to fold it, and it's going to go on this basket right here. One, I'm not liking that quilt at all. Not at all. So I think I would rather it be the backside, which is a gold color. Y'all are seeing my process here, aren't you? Sometimes it's not pretty, but I get her done eventually. See, that picks up the yellow off of that bird perfectly, or the gold in the bird perfectly. Alrighty, Chris has got the camera in his hand here, so he's going to help me through this little section. I finally got the quilt folded the way I wanted. Well, you did not want to hear me when I was trying to do that. It took me about 50 times. I finally got it the way I wanted. You can still see some of the green, but I will tweak it when I get everything green from the underneath, but I'll tweak it when I get everything set. I'm happy with this, but if I were going to spend more money, which I'm not going to, but if I wanted to, I would buy another, just in case one of you guys want to do something like this and wouldn't mind spending some more money. I would go and buy another egg garland and another set of lights, and I would put it on around the bottom. But I'm not going to do that because I have spent, as you all know, plenty of money. So that is the way that is going to stay. I'm waiting on the pink and natural stripe burlap to come in. I'm going to make a bow for right there, I know at least, and probably one for down here too. So let me go ahead and finish putting this all together. As you know, this pretty pillow is right up against catty corner, up against the wall, and up on top of that quilt. And then I'm going to take one of these pillows. I need to take the price tag off of it. Hang on, sorry. And it's going to sit right like that. And then I have this kind of vine, kind of a gold yellow vine with, it looks like it has some pearls on it. So I'm going to just set that up here a little bit and kind of let it go where it will. Pretty much just like that. And then I just have a couple of more things, a couple bunnies. I think I'll put one right there. And then I'll set the other one to kind of hide that over here, fix his ears a little bit. Set him right there. And then that other bow will go there, I think. They're probably smaller. This will be a big bow up here, and then as I work my way down, it'll be smaller. And that is all I have for that right now. That doesn't mean that I won't add something when I have put everything out and I see that I see a hole right there on top of the basket. So I may try to find something else to put there. But other than that, I think that will be it. And I think hopefully by this evening and before I post this video, I will have gotten the burlap in. I'll be able to make some bows and get them on there to finish it off. So that does it for this cozy corner. Now I'm going to go and work on my kitchen table lantern next. Be right back. I'm ready to take my lantern centerpiece apart. All right. Okay, for those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that with my lantern centerpieces, I always use the same three, what I call staple pieces. What I mean by staple pieces is there are certain items that I reuse every time I go to make a lantern decor. I don't switch my lantern out each time. These were very nice lanterns. I have one for my kitchen table and one for my dining room table. and they were pretty pricey, so I reused them throughout the entire year, and I just make these two pieces look different by the accent pieces, by adding different accent pieces for each season. So let me move this tray from, I got this tray at Hobby Lobby for 50% off, because you all know I hardly ever buy anything full price. And the very first thing I do is to get my candle set up inside the lantern. And I do, again, I have purchased luminaire candles, and these are 4 inches by 9 inches tall. And these are very nice, admittedly, but I reuse them and they go all year through. As I said, they are luminaire, and they do come with a timer. You can set it to be on all the time, or you can, when you very first turn it on at the time of day that you want it to come on, like for right now it's like 3 o'clock. So if I turn it on right now, it'll come on at 3 o'clock every day and stay on for 5 hours. So for this purpose, I will just turn it on right now. And I had this flower ring in here last year, so I'm going to, at this time, so I'm going to go ahead, and I like to see a little bit of something inside the lantern just for interest. And I made this myself just by using part of a pipberry garland. The rest of it is going to go around the lantern, and I just took some floral wire and wired it shut. So put that around the candle and put the candle inside the lantern. Now, if you use a shorter candle, I would suggest that you get a candle holder and to lift your candle up inside the lantern, because you want to be able to see your candle. I take a minute to fiddle with the pip berries and lift them up and make them look pretty all the way around, because you're going to be able to see this lantern from all sides. So there we go. Shut it up, and that's the first thing we do. Now let's move the tray back over here. And the reason I use a tray, of course, is so that I can pick this whole centerpiece up and move it when I'm going to set the table or do whatever else needs to be done on the table. My daughter spreads her schoolwork out on there a lot, and that's where she checks her papers and whatnot on the weekends sometimes. Anyway, so with the lantern, set the lantern down into the tray, and I'm going to go ahead and put this pipberry garland around it, just so and I have an egg garland that's going to go on next, but just to add some interest again, and to give the egg something to sit up on and to give it more movement, if you will, I like to go ahead and add a pipberry garland. There we go. Now, next thing to go on is this egg garland. Let me take the price tag off of it. I got this, as you all know and saw, at Hobby Lobby the other day. Now I'm going to see how much of this I have. I would sure like to have a little bit left over so that I could put it up in my bow topper. But let me see how far around this will go and see if I have any left over that I could cut. And I do. I have just a little bit that I could cut off. Let me get my wire cutters. Here they are. And I will have a bit of the eggs to go up in the bow topper, and I'll show you how I do that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and make one for y'all today. So there we go. There's the eggs, and of course take some time to, you know, fluff them out a little bit and move them. These eggs are very pliable, very easily manipulated into a place where you want them to stay. What I bought to anchor my corners. I'm gonna have to take all the price tags off, sorry. I bought these little, I think they're probably sleeping bunnies, but I like to say that they're praying. So I'm going to call them praying bunnies. There's 3, and I'm going to set one in each corner. There we go. Now I tell you, I'm really liking this without any flowers, but I do want to put some flowers in it too. I can maybe just put them on either side. That'd be cute. I don't think I need them in the front. I don't think I want them in the front. I like how those eggs. So that's it. That's the entire base arrangement. Now, how hard was that, you guys? Not hard at all, was it? I want to say. So next, I'm going to go ahead and make a bow topper for you and show you how I do that. This is the ribbon I'm going to use. It is burlap ribbon with some pink, the same color pink as the flowers, running through it. And I have my pipe cleaner. And let me see if I can move this camera over just a smidge so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to make a tiered, I'm going to make it a 3-loop bow. 3 meaning 3 loops on one side and 3 on the other. So, and this is one-sided ribbon, so we're going to have to be doing some twisting. So the way we do this is you fold your ribbon, take the end of it and fold it towards yourself. And then you come down here and you fold it up and overlap those 2 pieces. And then you pinch it together. And like I said, it's not going to be a huge bow. Then you twist. And then you turn it under itself. And then you pinch it together underneath. And hold it with your forefinger and your thumb. Hold tight. And yeah, your hand's going to cramp, like I say every time, and mine does every time. So then I'm going to make the second loop on either side. It's going to come the way you want it to go. It's going to naturally be fed. About a 1/2 inch longer in this case. Fold it under, grab it from behind, accordion it together between your forefinger and your thumb. Hang on tight. And then come out this side and twist. Same thing, go about a 1/2 inch longer. And start at the edge and accordion it in. Again, twist again. This will be the 3rd loop. This will be the 3rd and last loop, and then I'll make 3 tails on it. And I'll show you how to do that. So here's the 3rd loop. Again, only about a 1/2 inch longer. Accordion it together. Hang on tight. Your hand's cramping right about this point. I know it. Mine is. And I'm losing the top of the bow. My hands are little, so I'm losing the top of the bow. There we go. Now, I know I'm not going to want huge long tails, so I want to twist again. But I do want to come out a little bit farther. This I'm making my tail. Come out, grab it from behind, and turn it and pull it up underneath, and accordion it together, and hang on tight. That'll give us 1, 2, 3 tails. Take your pipe cleaner and feed it through over your thumb and under the loop on the top. Go to about the halfway point in your pipe cleaner and grab it with your thumb and your forefinger. Put it between your first and second finger, first and middle finger, and pull around your thumb on the other way, coming from the other way, and then twist. And there you have a bow, a craft bow. And of course, it's going to need some tweaking and manipulating, but that is the basic concept. So I'm going to cut it off the bolt. And I'm going to cut it off, cut this one big loop. Now, I'll tell you the next thing I'm going to do. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it over on its front. So here's the pipe cleaner. This will be the top, this is the bottom. So the first thing I want to do is to attach, first thing I want to do is cut that big loop off of the bottom of that. Oh, love these eggs. Okay, now I want to kind of find a center point between these pip berries and these eggs, and I want the pip berries kind of to be behind the eggs. These eggs kind of fall apart, but I want to pull them down. I'm going to put the eggs and the pip berries on right like that, and I'm only going to take the pipe cleaner and tie them on and just twist it once. Then I'm going to take my ribbon and pull out a little bit. I have enough to tie this on and around the top of the lantern. I'm going to put the right side down, kind of pinch it together, and put the right side down in the center point. Make sure you're in the center. It doesn't matter because you're going to cut it anyway, but for my anal retentive purposes, make sure it's in the center. And then tie that into your pipe cleaner as well. Leave the pipe cleaner on there just in case. Don't cut it, just in case, because it'll be hidden underneath the ribbon, just in case you have to tweak it for some reason. Now the next thing I want to do is tie this on to the lantern. So I'm going to turn this whole thing around so you guys can see me. Sit up there, Mr. Praying Bunny. I'm going to set it on there and kind of center that in the front, and I'm going to pull the tails around that I just attached into the pipe cleaner, and I'm going to make a square knot. I'm just going to leave it just like that because I barely left myself enough. Okay. Turn off for a minute until he stops working. I'll be right back. On the back, and I'm turned it around here, and now what I want to do is I want to bring some of the pip berries. I don't think the eggs are going to want to come forward too much, but I do want to kind of try to bring the pip berries forward so you can see them a little bit through the faux loops. Let me do this like this. There we go. I'm going to cut it up at an angle, and I'm going to come back over here on this side and go right up to about where the last loop is. Cut at an angle going up. And then the center one we're going to chevron just like we do, and I want it to be just a little bit longer than the two ends. So fold it together lengthwise, and then start at the, some people start at the fold, I don't, I start on the edge, cut up at a deep angle, and that will leave you with a chevron. 2 points. Go. And then just mess with it and tweak it until it's like you like it to look. I'm going to take this over and put it on my table, take a few still shots of it, and I think I am finished crafting for the day. Well, I will be back for some final words in just a minute. Well, I'm back again, and guess what? I forgot. Remember these lovely butterfly lights that I got from the Victoria Trading Company? Well, it is now literally 20 minutes after I just turned my camera on off and went, whoops, I forgot to put my butterfly lights in. I've been untwisting them ever since. Oh my goodness, if you guys get these, take a pill for patience. I'm telling you, because I was not a happy girl. All right, so I'm going to add these butterfly lights because, as you'll see, my tablecloth has butterflies on them. So when I found these, I knew they'd be perfect, and they were gold, like the gold in the Easter egg garland. So I'm going to snug this battery pack. They are not on a timer, so they will stay on. And now this is just not my day, you guys. One of the eggs caught my bracelet. I'm gonna give up. Anyway, I'm gonna start going around and placing these little lights. Hopefully it will fit all the way around. And I know sometimes things happen for a reason. You know, I always say when we're stuck in traffic or something like that, we're not supposed to be anywhere but where we are right here at this moment in time. So I kept saying that to myself. Of course, I was sitting in my house, so I wasn't quite sure why I was having such a hard time with it, but hey, you know, whatever. Snug the wire up into the flowers like that, and in between the eggs. So I'm going to go and set this over on the table again and take some still shots and turn the lights out and see what this is going to look like at night. I bet you it's going to be really pretty. Okay, here is my table and it is complete. You probably saw these yellow or gold candle rings when I was doing my organizing videos. So I brought them out and just pulled up some old candles that I had. I did not buy new candles. And here is that lantern centerpiece. I'm going to turn the lights out too. But there we go. I'm still waiting on my burlap ribbon to finish up my cozy corner. But for now, I'm going to turn the lights out and do one more video around it. Here I am a few hours later. We've had dinner and I've settled down for the evening. So I just wanted to take one more cruise around this centerpiece. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Really matches the tablecloth well. I'm loving it. Now let's walk over here and I'll show you this cozy corner too. There's my big bow. I'll show you how to make one of those bows tomorrow or in my next video. Here's all those pretty pastel lights. And the rest of the corner. Everything worked out very well today. So, I have started on my Easter decorating. And for now, I'm going to close. So I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.